Good morning. We're back after the fair to talk some more geometry here. Today we're going to be talking about angle pair relationships. And today's date is obviously not that there, so we'll cross that off. And moving on. So, a little vocabulary to start with: complementary angles. That is, two angles that sum to 90 degrees. And down here we see complementary angles. Two examples of complementary angles. For them to be complementary, they do not have to be connected like these two angles here. These are called adjacent angles, adjacent complementary angles. That means connected on one side, or next to. So this is a set of complementary adjacent angles. There's angle 1 and angle 2. They're connected on that one side, so they're adjacent. These over here, angle 3, or the measure of angle 3 plus the measure of angle 4, also sum to 90 degrees. So they are complementary, but they are non-adjacent, which means they're not connected on one side. So there's a subtle difference there. Supplementary angles. Two angles that sum to 180 degrees. I like to think of complementary and supplementary as alphabetical order: CS, C and S, and hence 90 and 180, increasing in size. So once again, over here we have two sets of supplementary angles. One of them is adjacent because they share a connected side, and the other is non-adjacent because they're not connected in any way except that they sum to 180 degrees, which makes them supplementary angles. Linear pair is two angles that form a straight line. They have opposite rays. Our adjacent supplementary angles to do that. They have opposite rays and thus have two angles that form a linear pair. They create a straight line. Non-adjacent angles, not connected angles. And so that would be examples. We have those over here. The angles are not connected. Vertical angles. Vertical angles is best described in a drawing. If we have two lines intersecting, these are vertical angles here. They're opposite to each other. There's another pair of vertical angles there. This angle here, I'd like to do that in a different color here. This angle here and this angle are vertical angles. Angles opposite to each other. This only occurs when you have two lines intersecting, intersecting each other. So the vertical angles, the angles are opposite each other, and they will be congruent. Okay, that's our vocabulary here. Let's move on to the next section here. Pretty important stuff. We got a couple example problems. This figure: name a pair of complementary angles, a pair of supplementary. So we'll do complementary first. Complementary angles. So we need two angles to do that, and they need to sum to 180. So I'm going to say angle GHJ and 75 plus 15 here is equal to 90, plus an angle JLK are complementary because they sum to 90 degrees. And a pair of supplementary. Supplementary means it's 180 degrees. This is 90 degrees. Well, that'd be 75 and 105. So I could say angle GHJ and angle KLM are supplementary. And a pair of adjacent angles. Adjacent means next to, doesn't it? Adjacent angles. So that would be over here. This angle and this angle are adjacent. So I'm going to say angle. And I'm going to go ahead and stop there. You can, we'll continue in the next video.